Evan was always the hardest working person in the office. He arrived earlier than everyone else, and he was always the last to go home. If anyone asked, "Who puts in the most effort here?" almost everyone would say his name. But one late evening, Evan looked at the remaining balance in his bank account, $23. In that moment, he finally understood a painful truth. He wasn't poor because he was lazy. He was poor because he had been walking in the wrong direction for far too long. Evan had a small family, a wife who tried her best to save every cent, a young son who often fell sick, and aging parents whose medical bills depended entirely on him. But Evan's salary was only enough to keep them from starving, never enough to truly live. Then everything started collapsing at the same time. One night, his son developed a high fever and had to be rushed to the hospital. The hospital bill was twice the amount he had left. That same month, the landlord announced a rent increase. And then, his father was diagnosed with a heart condition. His mother called with a trembling voice, trying to hide the sound of her sobs. "Son, when you have time, come home to see us. We miss you." But Evan couldn't go home. Not because he didn't want to, but because he didn't even have enough money for the trip. The feeling of not being able to take care of your parents, just because you don't have a few $100s, is a kind of pain that words can't describe. To survive, Evan did everything he could think of. 8 hours at the company. In the evening, he repaired broken household items for extra income. Late at night, he delivered food on the streets. On weekends, while others rested, Evan kept working like a machine. He was working 16 hours a day. He had no time for his wife, no time for his son, no time for himself. His body began to break down. One night, standing in front of his apartment door, he nearly collapsed. His wife rushed to hold him, tears streaming down her face. "If you keep living like this, one day, you're going to fall and never get up." But no matter how hard he tried, his income never improved. In fact, some months were even worse. Everything shattered when his father needed emergency treatment. Evan stood at the hospital counter, staring at the bill with trembling hands. He didn't have enough money to save his own father. That night, he sat alone in his car in the hospital parking lot and cried. Not because he was tired, but because for the first time, he felt truly helpless. Evan realized that if he kept going the same way, he wouldn't be able to save anyone, not even himself. So, for the first time in years, he stopped. He stopped running, stopped grinding in meaningless routines, and started learning. He studied how people earned more not by working harder, but by creating greater value. He discovered a harsh truth. He was using skills worth $1 to do a job that paid him $3. Instead of using skills worth $10 to earn $100. Evan decided to learn one high-value skill, data analysis and AI automation. He didn't learn everything. He focused on one thing: how to make his work more valuable. Months passed. Evan learned how to use AI to work faster and smarter. Tasks that once took 4 hours now took 40 minutes. With the extra time, he accepted freelance projects. He joined communities, asked questions, helped others, learned from mentors. One mentor saw Evan's determination and recommended him for a better job. A job that finally matched his effort. 3 months later, he got a raise. 6 months later, another one. A year later, his income tripled. His family moved into a brighter home. His parents received proper medical care. His wife no longer cried from stress. And his son finally had his dad beside him every evening. Evan learned something powerful. Not all hard work leads to success. Only the kind of hard work that goes in the right direction can save your life. And now, what about you? Are you working just to survive? Or are you working to move forward? If Evan's story made you see a part of yourself, leave a comment. Maybe today is the day you choose a new direction. Just like Evan once did.